bump outs for pedestrian walkways. But when you have bump outs for pedestrian walkways, you can build them in a way that precludes protected bicycle lanes. So Arlington has recently put down a bunch of concrete on George Mason in front of Escuela Key to make one of these bump outs, which sounds great until you realize, oh, but we were doing a planning process for George Mason. And a lot of us think George Mason should have protected bike lanes, but now that's been made harder. And the bump outs are completely consistent with the current master transportation plan. So, you know, things happen, and there has to be some amount of flexibility for staff to implement stuff, but I agree with you. There needs to be some oversight and accountability.
Yeah, my point is that, you know, that we shouldn't, you know, that if the plan says to do something, we should certainly write the exceptions into it, or write the ability to get, you know, to grant ourselves exceptions, but don't have the exceptions being granted by, you know, to the, you know, the decision on that, you know, rest at the designer level. Have it go up a couple levels, because we all hate briefing our boss, and we look for ways to not have to do that.
But in this, you know, protected bike lanes were basically not a thing when the pedestrian element was written. And so if we're always going to put in bump outs and never going to account for protected bike lanes, you know, that's basically what the element said at the time.
I'm not discussing specific design elements right now. I'm discussing a process. And if it turns out that a specific design element has become stupid because of it's overcome by events, then we should scratch it completely. You know, we shouldn't go back and ask for permission not to do it every damn time. We should say, we're going to revise the plan.
Right. We just will not revise the plan within, I mean, we're doing this whole effort. It's going to be at least 10 years before we revise the plan again. And there's going to be technological developments. That's all I'm saying. You know,
well, we can make
not completely as bureaucratic.
Any organization I've been in has allowed pen and ink corrections, or whatever the modern equivalent of a pen and ink correction is, to a document where we say this is no longer, paragraph 3 no longer applies. It's not a full-blown 2-year-long process. It's a decision made by the people we're paying to make decisions. That's all I'm saying.
I've never seen Arlington do that with the comp plan. The comp plan, either they revise the whole thing or they abide by it. But like I'm saying, I think the public spaces master plan is a model. It is working. It's in Arlington. I think pushing for that model on implementation, and maybe stricter, you know, saying if you deviate, you've got to go through that committee or whatnot. But
okay,
but I think it's a model that we can push through.
I think back to you, Cynthia.
All righty. Well, thank you so much. Did anyone else have any quick questions, or are we good? I think we're good. So we are almost on schedule. Thank you so much, Dana. And let's see, we're up to BAC business and announcements. So who has any business or announcements? Are we all signed up for this Thursday?
Yes, that was my announcement, which I'm sure everybody's well aware of. Bike to Work Day is Thursday, so if you're not signed up yet, sign up. And thanks to everybody who's signed up to help volunteer. So we're looking forward to it and hoping for good weather.
Yeah. And maybe I missed follow up on this, but we had gotten a note about the letters of appointment, I guess, from Elwin. And he was either asking for some help or something. You want to just give us any clarity on that, Elwin, at this point?
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Dave. Yeah, we're trying to be more proactive about getting these letters out. I know it's been a while since we've rolled them out to you guys. So I'm gonna try to get these sent out. So I appreciate all the feedback that we've gotten this past week while I was out. So I'll send you guys a revised like spreadsheet of what I shared in that PDF with everyone's appointments and contact information. Then once that's finalized, I can get that to the CMO's office to get the letters drafted. Or I'll draft the letters, then I'll send that to the CMOs for their approval. Yeah, I think you had a message about new membership appointments with regards to getting new members to join the committee. Is this something that maybe we could talk about at next month's meeting? Maybe I have a specific topic about it.
Yeah, let's put that on the agenda. It's come up in the past, and some of us keep getting older and older, and it might be good to find younger and younger people.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. And this is actually really good timing with these appointment letters, and we just had the county manager at the last meeting, so it seems like this is a perfect time to circle back to this to get some more folks to join the committee.
And I like what we were discussing before about prioritizing those who have been attending all these meetings. Like I see Collier is here now and has been great for years and years. So people like Collier and several others, Andrew and so on, who should be official.
Yeah, agreed.
It would also be great to get, there's some high school clubs that are pretty active in this space. It would be great to get them involved. The timing's actually pretty bad for them, but maybe if we could leave like a couple spaces for high school kids.
Yeah, it could be a good thing to maybe like as a committee we could discuss amongst ourselves over the summer and maybe like hit the ground running in the fall to see if we can get some high school students involved. Would that be a good approach? Yeah, sounds good.
So does anyone else have any announcements or other things to raise? We have 1 minute left. Alrighty, I think we're good. Thank you so much. And I'll see you all at Bike to Work Day on Thursday.
That's good. See you guys later.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good night.